Nobody can really know what might happen to us in the future. And it really isn't until we see it with our own eyes that we begin to realize that this could be our reality in the future. And we start to question, what if? What do we do? And most importantly, here's what I don't want to happen. What am I talking about? Watching a person that you love change right before your eyes. I'm talking about the change that happens with a diagnosis from Alzheimer's and/or dementia. And Alzheimer's falls under the dementia umbrella. We are talking about a disease that lives in the brain and changes your family member forever. Most people think that it's just about memory loss, but it's so much more than that. This is a terminal disease, and it doesn't get better, and it always gets worse. Their personalities can change. They might even start to do things that you would never expect. My dad went from forgetting a few things here and there to being nonverbal in less than a year's time. 2 years ago, we started questioning some of his reasoning skills and what he thought was going on, and I knew we needed to take away his keys for everyone's safety and sanity. Then we started to notice that he stopped talking to anyone at family functions. Sometimes he would look lost until he saw my mom at the table, and then he would be at ease. And then he became incontinent about a year ago. And this came with a whole bunch of emotions. We still wanted to have him be a part of our son's senior year, but it's really hard to have him around because usually he has soiled pants and is too stubborn to change. And while a lot of his capacity was gone, his stubbornness has never left. I would feel embarrassed for myself and my family, even though everyone around us was very gracious about the whole thing. One day I went with my mom to look at a place and my dad was wearing the diaper on the outside of his jeans, and we couldn't get him to change it. No amount of rationalization could change his mind. In a very short period of time, he has reverted to a 2-year-old. Some people end up being happy during this time, but that wasn't the case for my dad. He's actually became aggressive. He would be forceful over not taking a shower and just not being able to communicate that. You just never know who you're going to get. Even after spending a whole day with him, by the end of the day, I had become that lady who was there to do something to him. He couldn't tell me what he thought I was there to do, but clearly he thought I was someone else. Most recently, I have come to the realization that the human I see today is my dad in human form only. My dad has been gone for a long time. A mourning of my dad was still happening today. A reconciliation of my brain is going on constantly, and always keeping in mind what is most important right now is to protect and help and support my mom. So why do I share this? My parents did all the right things. They have a lot of the right things in place. They have the trust, the will, the power of attorneys, but we do have a gap of how he wanted to deal with this kind of situation. We are finding out how hard it is to get the correct information from the VA, the doctors, and Medicare. My role is to be the advocate for my parents, and I'm the one to fight with the people within the healthcare system to get the help and support that we need. You want to have options. It's always going to come down to options when you're faced with situations like this. Alzheimer's doesn't run in our family. Our best guess is that my dad's situation was brought on because of his exposure to Agent Orange in Vietnam and being in the military. If my parents had had an option like this from their life insurance, a lot less stress for my mom and myself would have been amazing. She would have been able to hire a live-in nurse to help with everything. Unfortunately, by the time I started my financial services career 11 years ago, my dad had already been having health issues and was ineligible to get living benefits. Options are what we all want. In situations like this, whether it's a heart attack, stroke, cancer, cognitive impairment, you just want options. The easiest way to plan for whatever your future holds is to have a robust living benefits policy in place. One that has several options to file a claim, one that pays out really well, and one that gives you the most amount of options. It's too late for my dad to get living benefits, just as it is for so many others out there whose lives have been affected by Alzheimer's and dementia. But it's not too late for many of you who may be watching this. If you're interested in proactively putting something in place that could provide that bubble of financial protection for you or a loved one, please reach out. I believe that living benefits are something every family deserves. It is my passion and crusade to help protect as many families and give them the options that we didn't have. So many people don't know that this is available to them. My suggestion is to not wait. Let me show you how easy and affordable it is to add living benefits to your financial plan.